Yeah! Welcome, everybody, to the One Shot Killers podcast. I am your host, the hardcore icon, Brandon Scott, and with your co-host, the king of bong style, Jojo Valvano. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, brother. Just got home from work. Just got done getting all caught up on the news. But you know what, Joe? If you're wondering why I look so clean, it's because we wash our butt. That's what we do. We wash our butt for you. We wash our butt for everyone. We wash our butt. Bring in the squatch. Gonna clean up that fucking crotch. We wash our butt. And you know the shit's not whack, cause Manscaped shaved my sack. We wash our butt.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Gee.
Were you ready for that?
No, I was not expecting that at all.
And so for everyone who thinks there's a script for everything, nope.
Oh
I
my
thought
God.
about this while I was in the shower. Because, see, I just cleaned up, and then I was thinking, I did, literally, this was my thinking while I was in the shower, right? I wash my butt for you. I wash my butt for everyone. I wash my butt.
Because he's a mark.
That's right. Dr. Squatch, clean that crotch. We wash our butt for you.
I'm
Jordan,
sorry,
we
Jordan,
wash our
that you had
butt
to walk
for
into
everyone.
this.
We wash our butt.
I apologize, Jordan.
And you know the shit's not whack, cause Manscaped cleaned our sack.
Oh my god. You're killing me, dog.
And hey, brothers, woo, woo, woo! Happy Sunday, brother. Woo! And see, bro, this is why you wash your butt, so you can come out styling, profiling, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, limousine riding, jet flying. Woo, nature boy. All right, you know, there was a reason he pulled all them bitches left, right, bro. Oldest ride in the park, still got the longest line. How you doing? And yes, Jordan, this is the whole reason we went live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bro, every fucking WWE pay-per-view for over a calendar year has sold out. But Evolution 2, not sold out. NXT's, what show? Great American Bash, I think?
Yeah, it has like 6,000 tickets, which is not good for like something that's happening this weekend.
And hold up, I want to go to her chat because not only was it, so this is the combined number, right? This is 3 WWE shows. So it's Saturday night's main event, Evolution 2, NXT, the Great American Bash, have sold, Saturday night's main event sold 10,000 tickets. Evolution 4,804, Great American Bash 593.
Oh, so I mean less. Damn.
Right. So barely anyone wants to watch NXT. But, however, AEW's All In, one show, has outsold double all 3 of those WWE shows.
20,000 plus, which is going up a little bit more, which still isn't the best for them. They should be up way more, but they're still beating the 3 shows that, for some reason, WWE had to do this weekend coming up when it's all-in weekend. You couldn't have done it tonight when there's nothing. Tonight is when Evolution should have been happening, and it should have been built up.
Exactly, but it wasn't built up. And then also, you know, you got Trish Stratus randomly getting a women's title match.
I'll take that match, though. That's actually interesting.
I would take the match, but it has no proper build-up to make me care for the match.
Yeah, I agree. That's their problem with this whole show.
Saturday night's main event is the show that has sold the most tickets at 10,731. So, I mean, even All In has them doubled on that show.
Because who wants to see Goldberg win the world title?
But, bro, now this is what's scary, right? 593 tickets for NXT, the Great American Bash. That's not even 600 folks, bro.
That's going against All In, too. Like, that's the same time. Like, and that's another thing that pisses me off. Why do you have to keep doing that to fans? We want to watch the
So
show separately.
it's not that they're doing it to the fans.
They
They're
are,
doing
bro. In a
it.
way, they
No,
are.
no, 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 no. They're doing it to AEW because they
Absolutely.
think that WWE. Listen to what I said a minute ago. They have sold out every single show and every single pay per view for over a calendar year, including $50,000 WrestleMania, right? And fucking these three shows that they booked on purpose to destroy AEW's All In, and they weren't successful.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like it's still not like NXT. That's a sad number when it's a pay per view this Saturday at the same time, and it's just you are hurting the fans, bro, because you're making us watch two shows at the same time.
Well, Joe,
When
I don't think you get it. The whole reason of putting NXT on at the same time is not for both the fans that like both. They don't give a fuck about the fans watching AEW. You understand?
yes,
They
I
don't.
understand that,
They
but
don't want you to watch AEW. They want you to watch NXT. That's why NXT's on at the exact same time.
well, then they need to stop saying that it's not competition because they're going right after competition every single time.
And Joe, since AEW's been a company, Tony Khan has went on many platforms and said that they're trying to do to me what they did to Crockett Promotions and what ran the territories out of the business. They want to take our biggest stars, which is ironic because that's what AEW was doing, and then they not only want to take those big stars, they want to make them even bigger stars, and they want to book around AEW's pay per views so nobody watches. This is literally what Vince McMahon did that drove
Yeah.
all the promotions out of business. And so WWE doing this isn't because they care that Joseph is going to watch AEW All In and maybe watch NXT. They want to drive AEW out of business.
I see and I believe totally what you're saying, but it's also the same thing what I'm saying because fans are getting like they're hurting fans as well. Though I get what you mean, but they're also hurting fans because they're making us pick between which one to watch. When like I don't like
Right.
that. Why can't you just pick a day for a certain show? Why does it have to go against AEW? I get
Be-
why, but it's not
because
right,
they
bro.
because they hate AEW and they don't want you to watch.
I get it. Trust me, I get it, but it's still not right. It's wrong. They're
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I really do. It's just they're cutthroat, bro. And TKO, I'm going to say this right now, probably even more cutthroat than the old man. If you thought Vince did not give a fuck, I promise you, TKO don't.
one of the other things I seen was Isladon is also being
Mm,
rumored to go to AEW, which this
I was
Saturday
gone.
is the Casino Women's Gauntlet match. I would debut her in that.
True, but Isla Dawn, she was never really even in the mid card division of NXT. She never stood out on her own. Then they put her in a tag team with Kaylee Ray,
Which was
which,
great.
to their credit, they were great in the ring, but they never got the proper TV time to really build their characters, and so they never had a relationship with the fans. So what I worry about for Isla Dawn is, yeah, you're going to bring her in, but she has no momentum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe start her small and then get her up there. But I would honestly debut her in that match, if anything, because it's a surprise and it's something. But she could go to TNA for all we know. You never know. Like you never know, honestly.
Absolutely. And uh, and another thing too, Joe, we got to tell everybody on here, thank you. A big thank you. So views help a channel grow. I'm not gonna pretend you don't know what I'm talking about. We damn, I'm almost choking up on this. We gained 15,000 views in a day. Thank you. And it's more so the shorts than the actual podcast. But just the fact that y'all are watching, you're interacting, we're gaining, and that traction's gaining. Thank you and thank everyone. Seriously, bro, because this is absolutely incredible. If you would have told me a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, sure, that this would happen, I would have never believed it. So, big shout out, big thank you. And that's something that we always want to make sure that you guys know. It's not us, it is you. And so, thank you.
Seriously, brother. Amen. I agree. We
Amen,
appreciate you
brother.
guys. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's crazy.
bro. So also, see, and I want to see if there's anything. Hmm. So there's a lot of reports actually right now, and I'm looking at it that what do you think about the Rock returning at SummerSlam to screw over John Cena and help Cody Rhodes?
If that happens, I'm fine with it. Personally, I wouldn't do it because I just feel like Cody needs to turn heel down the road. Let Cena have his moment. But if it happens, I'm not gonna lie and say I won't mark out. Like that would be a holy shit moment. Cody turning heel and joining The Rock, what it should have been in a way. But I'm glad Cena turned heel too. But honestly, if it happens, I'm fine with it. I won't hate it. But personally, I would save it for a different date.
Uh,
Honestly,
I mean, and it's just I think that for me, it's one of those things that I'm. I don't know, like. You're happy for it and you're not in the same way. It's kind of like the AEW women's tag titles that are also rumored about right now. It's like, don't get me wrong. I love that there's more opportunity for the women than there ever has been. But at the same time, I feel like both the E and AEW have too many belts that never actually get properly showcased, too much talent that never gets properly showcased. To me, making another title doesn't fix that issue.
I agree. I do want to talk though about Evolution's matches that were added because Naomi versus Jade is one, I believe, that I've seen. So
Why are they?
that's
So they're gonna have Naomi win,
hopefully
but Naomi versus Jade should not happen on this card
it is,
because
bro.
this is bad booking. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. This is bad booking, bro. But I know what's gonna happen. Naomi's going to win because she's been losing every other time. She will probably cash in at the end of the show,
No, I think
and
SummerSlam.
no, 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 no. She would cash in and then win in the show, and wait, no, SummerSlam. You're right because that's when
Jade's
Cargill's
fighting.
right. So she would screw over Jade.
Yeah.
But are you really gonna? I mean, I know it's only like a month or two away, but
I don't
I
know.
don't know, bro. Like, this is my opinion when it comes to the Jade and Naomi story. Naomi's got her ass kicked time after time after time after
Just move
time after
on.
time. I mean, unless she cheated or you brought back Belair as a heel, I just don't you. I don't know what you could do to keep that momentum going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Another match that got added today was Bailey versus Becky versus Lyra for the IC Women's Championship. This is what I predicted on this show. I knew it was going to be added in a triple threat after last Monday. Hopefully Bailey wins.
I wouldn't be mad at that whatsoever. This is
I feel
actually
Becky.
probably one of the matches with the most build going into it. I don't want Becky to win. Like, I don't care if Lyra or Bailey wins, just being quite honest. But I do not want Becky winning that match and retaining the title. And then speaking of Bailey, so there was a bunch of girls at a Christian summer camp that went missing because of a nasty flood. And Bailey, she's auctioning off her wrestling gear to help with the proceeds towards what happened. And I just got to shout out Bailey for that because it's probably, a lot of times when it comes to Christian death, the media doesn't talk about it. A lot of folks genuinely look over it. As there was, like I said the other day, 70 people killed in Lebanon, 50 in Nigeria. And it's just a shame. And so, this is different, right? It's a flood that caused these girls to go missing. But just the fact that Bailey is doing this is a beautiful thing. And I hope that those girls get found and they're safe. And I hope that the protection and the mighty hand of God is over each and every one of those little girls.
Amen to that. And I love Bailey for doing that even more.
Oh, absolutely, bro. Let's see. And oh shit, we got some cock in the
You
comments.
gotta say that, Brandon. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This
What
man today.
did you want to read the name?
I seen it, but I wasn't gonna say his name like that. Gosh. But what's up, man? Oh my god. Anyways, I want to talk about other matches that were added to All In as well because Christian made the card. Our father.
Bro, Jordan, welcome as well, bro. I'm sorry, I just looked over at the comments for 1 second. That just funny as hell. But anyways, going back to the card.
Christian Cage
What?
and his son, Nick Wayne,
What?
versus
What?
Bobby and Shelton
What?
versus Speedball
What?
and Kevin Knight.
Who the fuck? What?
It's the guys that got beat up.
So a bunch of losers.
Yeah, the Hurt Syndicate's going to retain, but this is all because Christian's going to end up getting pinned, I guarantee you, which is leading to a face turn for him. What?
What?
That's why I think they got added, honestly, just for this little this little turn to really happen. Because they're not winning. They're not winning.
Oh, bro, absolutely not. And happy Sunday, Jordan. And now, oh, there's no Raw on tonight, buddy. Today's Sunday.
Yeah. What else was there?
Ain't it
Adam,
weird?
Yeah, it is. I didn't even know it was Sunday for a second. Adam Cole, though, is taking on Kyle Fletcher for the TNT title at All In. I want Fletcher to
That
win.
could be good.
Fletcher has to win.
I would want Adam to win because I think he could really be a great TNT champion. I just think that he needs the right story, the right booking, and the right opponent, and he would be fine. Like, personally, when Adam Cole first came back and before Kenny got injured and Adam got injured and storylines got moved about, I was honestly hoping we were going to get Adam Cole versus Kenny Omega.
Yeah, that would have been good, but, that would have been good, actually. Damn.
And why is WWE worried about AEW, Jordan? That's a good question. And it comes down to the fact that I don't care what anyone says. The reason why WWE is in the spot that it's in is because of AEW. And, that might sound crazy because, like you said, WWE's been around a long time. They got so much money. Why would they care about little AEW? Well, it's because competition. And, you look at, they were kicking NXT's ass on the ratings for a long time. They took a lot of top talent. And there's still talent that refuses to work with WWE instead of AEW. You look at before AEW was even a company, brands like Hot Topic wanted the Bullet Club shirts, and WWE didn't sell them, and they had to tell them that. And then ultimately it comes from the fact that WWE does not want competition. Competition has forced WWE to be better. But at the same time, they do not want that competition. If you look at a lot of AEW's pay-per-views, especially maybe the bigger pay-per-views, WWE has usually something booked side by side it. And it's so that people like Joe will have to make a choice. Do I watch NXT or do I watch AEW? And the choice that WWE thinks you're going to pick is NXT. But when you look at the ticket sales, and let's be honest, bro, I think when the ratings, if there's a watch viewership that comes out about these pay per views, I guarantee you, not just the ticket sales, but the people watching at home, I think more people are going to be watching AEW than WWE.
For sure, bro. NXT, like I can't even tell you anything on the show besides like a contract signing and like Jordan Grace versus JC, I think. Other than that, like I'm picking for sure All In. I'm gonna have them both on just because I want to watch them both, but I'm for sure gonna be focused more on All In. There's no way I'm gonna be focused on NXT. I want to see Hangman win. I want to see the Tony Mercedes, Okada, Kenny, the two Casino Gauntlet matches, Fletcher and Cole. Like, there's a lot of things on that.
I mean,
plus it's a bigger crowd. If I'm being honest, 20,000, 25,000 around there.
Yeah, closer to 21,000. Which once again, that double Saturday night's main event.
I still wish they had more.
I want to say, see, NXT sold 600 tickets, 21,000. So I mean, they sold 10 times the amount of tickets that NXT did, which is, once again, I know NXT, you can argue, well, that's WWE's developmental. It does not matter. People are choosing to watch AEW over WWE.
Yeah, period. Like I said, because who really wants to honestly see Goldberg win the world title? And it's clearly not a lot because there's only 10,000 tickets. Normally they would have around like 16, 17,000, more like that. Like, maybe there's more now, but I'm telling you, bro, not a lot of fans want to see that. But luckily, that's not against the pay-per-view. That's at nighttime. But I'm just saying, that's still, like, I just think it's awful.
I agree with you 100%. And I think that Tony Khan, he probably, because if he sees this report, he's going to be even more happy. But you look at what he said, and he goes, at this point, I'm not even worried about WWE booking their shows around our shows. We're just going to deliver the best show we can.
And that's the best thing to say, honestly, and the best thing to do. I just still think it's so dumb. Like, why you got to keep, like, we get it. You're clearly competing with them on purpose. I just hate that they keep doing it. But I will pick All In if I'm being completely honest. I just hate what they're doing, honestly, because it's so obvious, bro.
I agree. And Cody Rhodes is not turning heel. He's too big for babyface. Now, bro, I hear you, and I agree. I mean, like, look, the reason they never turned Cena heel back in the day was because they were worried about losing money. But I think when you look at what Roman Reigns did, I mean, honestly, there's no doubt the money that was made in that company during Roman Reigns' time as champion. And I would have to say that heels are just as popular, if not more popular, than a babyface. And so I think that Cody Rhodes turning heel would not hurt the money coming in.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to see it right now. Like, if I'm being completely honest, I think it's just not, it shouldn't happen right now. But if it does happen at SummerSlam, I won't be shocked. I just don't think it should happen. I would keep Cena as the heel, honestly, but it is what it is.
Now, Joe,
I see the comment.
I want to address that comment, but I think if I even read it, we might get in trouble.
We'll just say AEW sucks because that's his opinion, and it does in ways. AEW does suck a lot, but I'm still going to pick AEW over a lot of these shows this weekend.
I mean, the only show that I actually want to see out of WWE, because Evolution 2.
Yeah.
No disrespect to the women on the show. I genuinely do not mean this against them. There's not really a match on that card that I want to see. All right, and then you look at NXT. I could probably say the same thing.
Can't even name the show.
Saturday night's main event, I genuinely just want to watch you cry.
I bet you do.
And so when it, I mean, even I, as a fan of WWE, and major fan of WWE, I think I would rather watch AEW.
Like I said, AEW has its flaws. There's plenty of things that we could say bad, but the pay-per-views always deliver, and this is their biggest show of the year. I truly think it's going to deliver, and we're going to have a lot of big moments. So that's
True.
just truth.
And you know what's crazy to think?
What's up?
Killer Cross could be at at next year's All In. I'm genuinely thinking, like, bro, I know we've talked on this for a few days. That's all rumors right now.
Talk more.
I really think Killer Cross is going to AEW, bro. I do not think he resigns with WWE. I just
We
don't
were
see.
heard it already. I just feel. What are you waiting for, honestly? Like, how long are you gonna wait this guy? Like, just sign him already. If you're gonna not sign him, let Tony Khan make him a star.
So, one or two things, right? Dave Eber quietly signed a new contract, right? And are just waiting to talk about it. Or genuinely, WWE does not see Cross as a star.
They probably don't. Let's be real, bro. They don't see LA Knight as a star.
And see, and this is a shame because, bro, you know that as well as I do that WWE is not going to release either of those two. I don't think they would want to because you know as well as I do, if AEW could get their hands on those two,
They would.
they genuinely could have two big main event players.
I agree, man.
And every
Totally agree.
company has its flaws. That's what makes a company. No one is perfect. I may hate AEW, but I will admit WWE and TNA have their flaws. Oh, bro, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, go back to when TNA Hulk Hogan had creative control over the
Awful.
booking of the entire show,
Awful.
including his character. And then you look at WWE, bro lots of talent that has been wasted. A lot of racist, sexist, fucked up moments have came out of WWE. All three companies have had some moments that are genuinely shitty. I'm gonna say it
Yeah.
as honest can be.
100%.
But at the same time, both companies have also done a lot of good. And if the
Yeah.
only good thing that I could ever say about TNA, WWE, AEW is that they allow more talent to have a job doing what they love and not having to choose, do I work a real job and feed my family or do I live my dream?
Exactly, man. So they have their flaws and they have their goods, just like everything.
And speaking of signed people, where Joseph is
Don't
my
remind them.
Omos?
Don't remind them. We can't
Joe,
get LA Knight or
you know what,
Cross.
Devin? I'm so glad you brought up this because I honestly, when I heard the Nigerian Giant had signed a new contract, I was excited. I'm not even gonna lie. There have been times I wanted Omos to win the WWE title.
You're
All
crazy.
right, I'm being serious.
I know you
And
are.
you know, we got Omos versus Brock Lesnar, legendary match that I'm sure we all remember. But
Awful.
bro, I'm disappointed
I bet.
that we're never going to get Omos versus Goldberg.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna talk about a match I can't wait for tomorrow's Raw because I found this out. Something that actually is important, unlike this match you just named.
Okay.
Seth Rollins is taking on. Ready? Penta.
Okay. That's going to be a fucking banger. But
I'd
it
rather
wouldn't
talk
be
about
as.
that than Omos.
Hey, Omos has banger matches too, bro. Like, imagine they did Omos versus Roman Reigns.
Gosh, you're killing me. You're killing me.
See?
I'll be in the bathroom
Bro, I am always right. I can't remember a time where I was motherfucking wrong.
right now. I'll have fun. Have fun with that freaking awful match. Awful, awful, awful.
Joe, I only book 5-star bangers. I'll let
You
you know.
book people. Sometimes I feel like you book worse than TK.
Damn!
You're telling me Omos is TV. Oh my god! I hope you're joking.
I was serious as a heart attack.
That's what I mean. Awful. Thankfully, you guys got two of us. You got the honest, and then you got the Mark.
No, Joe, you are the mark. You
No,
want
that's you.
you want these tiny little dwarfs that won't ever amount to nothing to be the world champion. I don't want to hear that. All right,
No, the crowd loves them. So
at least I would, bro. The crowd loves Omos and Goldberg.
no, they
Listen,
don't.
listen to the reactions.
Maybe Goldberg, and that's unfortunate.
Unless, bro, you think every fan in attendance is just a dumb mark, then you explain to me how Goldberg gets loud pop after pop after pop after pop after pop.
Because he's an older guy. There's a lot of older fans that are cheering him. If there's younger fans cheering him, I don't know what to tell them. He's not entertaining.
Joe, do you think there's just a bunch of 30, 40, and 50-year-olds in the crowd going, "Ah!"
Just enjoy the 3 minutes you get on Saturday. That's all I'm saying. Get ready. Count to 4 if you can.
And you're the Mark and I'm the Henry. Yeah! I'm the fucking Mark and he's the Henry.
Somebody's going to get the ass kicked.
Yeah. And I don't, bro.
Love Mark Henry.
Me too. I don't know if you've seen this Joe Hendry mashup, but it's I Believe in Mark Henry.
Yes, sir, man.
I thought that was great.
Yes. Gotta love the internet sometimes.
Oh, me too. The internet's great, especially when you got me on here singing about soap and razors. If you were with us at the start of the show.
Hopefully not, because that was an awful moment.
I hope you know I'm turning it into a short.
Oh my gosh.
Joe, this could be the thing that makes us go viral.
I don't know if that's gonna be good, but go for it. Hell yeah.
Y'all, I'm just saying. All right, Joe. When I made, hold on, wait, listen. Devin, Cock, and Jordan, you're all in the chat. All right, I need y'all to hear me on this. All right. So I just got home from work. You don't want to come on the podcast all dirty. You want to get clean, get nice, like, you know what I'm saying. Maybe brush your hair a little bit too, and I don't know why. I was in the shower and I started thinking about we bring the boom. All right. But then I was like, we wash our butts. That's what we do. And because, there's a lot of wrestling fans out there, bro, that I'm very convinced have never heard of a bar of soap. They've never heard of deodorant. They've never heard of cologne. They've never heard of a razor, shave. All right. And so that's why, Joe, I made that song. All right, I was thinking about all of y'all, bro.
Don't be saying me.
That's why in the song I said, we wash our butts for everyone, we wash our butts.
Don't be saying that to me, I do.
Do you, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Do you share? Do you trim? Yeah, you gotta have a good looking beard, bro. You gotta shave to keep that shit up, see? And bro, that's why I'm trying to help the fans out here, bro. Damn, the next thing I'm gonna get you guys for Christmas is some toothpaste.
They're Stone Cold, man.
Bro, Stone Cold was funny as fuck with it. That's actually one I'd love to post if WWE doesn't take it down. And by the way, I started a Fire Pro universe today. Yeet! And I got a few people in it already. Yeet! Joe Hendry. Yeet! Hardy Boys. Yeet! Moose. Yeet! Sheamus. Yeet! Roman. Yeet! Cena. Yeet! Orton. Yeet! Maven. Yeet! Goldberg, greatest of all time. Yeet! And of course, Brock Lesnar. Oh, did you see he's got long hair now, bro?
Yeah, unfortunate.
He looks like a Viking.
Bro, did you see AJ Lee had a post and she basically put her boots near her. She did this during the Rumble too, but I have to talk about this. What do you think about her basically just putting her boots there and teasing?
Bro, oh my God, bro, no. Hear me out here. Hear me out, bro. The show hasn't sold out. The show is not going to get the viewership it deserves. And you're bringing back one of the greatest female wrestlers that have ever laced a pair of boots to potentially crickets.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's going to get a little bit more fans in there. It is a week from now, but AJ coming back, bro. I just want it. I
See,
need.
bro? No, I know that's Joe, especially because his name sounds the same, right? He's washing his body. I believe in Joe Hendry.
You guys are a bunch of marks, I swear.
And bro, are we marks, huh?
I'm trying to
Is
talk
it
about
because,
greatest of all time, and you're over here talking about freaking. Oh my gosh, I can't.
bro? Hey, I'm just saying, bro. And think about this, when you're in the shower, you can be going like 1,000 words I can't, start doing your Jeff Hardy, bro. Ha! Jeff!
Gosh.
Told you it was a good idea.
This is awful.
Told you it was a good idea, bro. I fucking told you.
It's
And
awful.
I ran Brock versus Moose, and I had a barn burner. Yeet. A 99% Brock no sold a spear into a Kimura. What? Moose gets out, punt kick, hits a discus, and then Brock Lesnar reverses and it hits a F5 to win. Oh, dude. Oh, and it went 30. Brock Lesnar in a 30-minute match? Oh, shoot, bro. You must be messing with some '04 Brock Lesnar. Joe, you look. What's wrong, bro? You
Nothing.
want you wouldn't want to see Moose versus Buckle.
Gosh.
Well, hey, and
No.
Joe, just like what the big guy was talking about, at least in that match, there's a lot of me and Goldberg,
Sucks.
Goldberg, Gold, bro. I'm just gonna say it right now, Jordan. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Saturday night's main event sold 10,000 tickets. Like no,
No.
like, bro, Joe, I cannot wait to come on here. This is literally what I'm hoping for. This is
Uh,
what you're gonna think Gunther's about to win, and fucking, he's about to power bomb his ass. Maybe Goldberg gets out the power bomb. Spear! 1, 2, 3!
in 3 minutes,
Bomb!
and he'll
Bro,
walk away. No Seth Rollins, and I'm gonna sit there pissed off.
and I just want to see you start punching your TV like, bah, bah, bah!
Gosh, I don't get it. We're in 2025, and we're still asking for a dinosaur to be world champion.
Bro, like, but it makes the kids happy. The kids, Joe. The kids.
Yeah, the kids.
And nah, it was the farmer. Well, bro, you know, every farmer has a farmer's daughter. All right, yeah, all right. And bro, 2008, 2009, both great SummerSlams. Me and Joe loved those pay-per-views.
Yeah.
I honestly think you'll enjoy it. And imagine Goldberg is able to hit a jackhammer, bro. I can see it now. He lifts Gunther up in the air, drops him on his neck like he did the Undertaker, and then the
Gosh.
ref throws up the X. All right,
Is that
bro,
what
I can see
everyone
that
wants to
too.
see? Like, this is what I don't get it, man. I
And
don't get it.
Brandon Jordan.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Joe, I just want you to know Goldberg is your champion.
No,
He
he's gonna
fights
win.
for
I already know.
you.
He ain't for me.
Joe, just think about this. You remember a couple years ago when he said, I want to be a superhero for the kids? That's him to you, bro. He's your superhero.
Him, I know he's gonna beat Goldberg, or I know he's gonna beat Gunther. There's no chance of Gunther winning, but I just don't get why this match had to happen. Why take the title off Jay just to give it to Goldberg? That's so stupid.
And see, Joe, I've been asking that question since they gave it to Gunther because Gunther is nowhere near as good as Jey Uso.
Yes, he is, bro. But this wasn't the idea that you should have went with. This was stupid, just to give Goldberg the title. Should have just kept Jay the champion, and he should have lost at SummerSlam.
And bro, well, here's the deal, right? It was not originally going to be for the title, but then Triple H thought the match would be better if it was for the title.
Good job, Hunter. Such a good
So,
job, man.
I
I hope you
mean,
hear the sarcastic in my voice.
do you agree with the game?
No, I don't. I do not agree with him at all. This was awful. This match happened fine. I get it. It didn't need the world title. The world title does nothing for this. Unless
Yeah,
if Gunther actually wins, but he has no chance, bro. Like, let's just be real. It's
and
Goldberg, and he's gonna be on Raw tomorrow. Wonderful.
hey, but at least that you got something to get you excited. And I'm happy for TNA getting big arenas. Me too.
Me
Me
too.
too, bro.
Yes.
But if they're only expecting about 4,000 people, they should have gone to a smaller venue. And see, now, that's one where I think NXT probably has the smartest booking. Is NXT knows that it's not going to sell out US Bank Stadium, for example. So they'll move it to the Target Center. And there's nothing wrong with that. But now, when you have, like, for example, when AEW's had these big ass arenas, but then you see the crowd mostly empty, it's kind of like, well, what the hell? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I do agree with you, Devin. I think the smaller venue sometimes is actually the better choice.
I agree on that 100%. Because there's been times the shows were looking good, like they had a lot of people, and then there's times you could just see how like not packed it was.
And
And
like, like Joe, has there ever been a time where the crowd being so small, like, just made you upset or made you not want to watch?
no, there's times the crowd's small, but they're loud, and then there's times the crowd you can tell is not there, and then there's times it's a whole pack of people and they're still not loud. So it's like you never know. You could have a
And
whole full of people and they're still not loud. I
Joe,
don't get it sometimes.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, look at Impact Wrestling. Do you remember when they only used to have 200 fans for the whole
Yeah,
show?
I do.
Awful times.
At
Awful
least they're
times.
going up now. I'm happy for that, honestly. Like Devin said.
And well, bro, it's okay. And see, like, if they were gonna want a big venue, they should have started to build it months in advance. Exactly, bro, exactly. And this is the biggest problem I've had with WWE, AEW, and even TNA. It's not that the pay-per-views are not good. You know what I mean? Like, if I came on here saying, "Oh, because the booking to All In has been shit, the pay-per-view is gonna be shit," that's
Yeah.
stupid. I already know the pay-per-view is gonna deliver, but sometimes, I want you to make me care. You know what I mean? And I think this is one where, um, TNA especially, where you are known for having smaller crowds. I think you should honestly have about maybe 3, 4 months of build up to a pay per view. Like, honestly, that's what made 2019 AEW so good when they did go
Yeah.
to pay per view, because you would get these 3 month stretches and then boom, pay per view delivered.
Yeah, but like I said, the um the shows need to matter too. Like I get it, not every one of them, but like Raw and SmackDown and Dynamite all have to like have something of importance so we can watch them weekly. Like I don't want them just to be boring and then the main show is great. I want all of them to be great, and then I want the shows to be good to great, but I want the pay-per-views to be just excellent. Like
Uh,
they got to get better with the shows, like for all the companies, especially WWE and AEW.
and I agree with you. And if they can get at least 8,000, I'll be happy. And honestly, that's not hard to do. I mean, if you look at All In, before AEW was even considered, All In sold 10,000 tickets. It's not impossible. You know what I mean? It's just
Just have to put it.
it's making the fans care to want
Yeah,
to spend that money. And like, TNA's coming here in September the 5th. Right now, I'm honestly looking at going to TNA. This would be my first televised show.
you should, bro. I'm telling you, TNA is where it's at right now.
Like, have you ever
I'm
been to a TNA, Joe?
Yes, I was at Destination X when Bobby defeated Austin Aries defeated Bobby Roode for the world title, and AJ faced Christopher Daniels in a Last Man Standing. I remember that whole show. It was excellent. I'm telling you, bro. Go to a TNA show.
Okay. And biggest issue I have is people saying AEW had better crowds than TNA. The TNA gets the same size crowds as AEW at times. Not that it matters, but that essentially have the same crowd signs. Bro, and here's the thing, right? So I think the fans that watch TNA are true wrestling fans. And when I say this, I think they're the fans that watch both WWE and AEW. And it shows a lot of times, especially when you look at, the connections that TNA's had with both companies in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I think it's very important that we understand that yeah they're getting the same size crowds, but now TNA's crowds are getting bigger because you have NXT, you have WWE's connection, and personally I think that this relationship that they have could grow a lot bigger. Like imagine if it was main roster WWE versus TNA.
That would have been great.
And see, Goldberg versus Sami Zayn sucks. Goldberg wins. Sami sucks cock. And congratulations, Brandon. Thank you, bro. And bro, what's up with all the Sami sucks?
He doesn't suck, honestly. Sammy is one of the best in-ring performers in that company. He is best at storytelling too. The Bloodline. Did we forget about that?
I mean, I wouldn't say he was the
Apparently.
best storyteller in the Bloodline.
I'm not saying the best in the Bloodline. I'm just saying he was in the Bloodline. Like he made.
Oh
that,
yeah, he was.
He made that shit more interesting.
Before we go off live, I would be remiss if I didn't say, do you know that Sami Zayn said that he was more likely to become a world champion under Vince McMahon than Triple H?
That's crazy.
Because he said Vince McMahon's ideas change week to week, so you never knew what was going to happen. But Triple H's ideas, they're more long term, they're more thought out. So the reason that becomes harder for, say, Sammy to become the world champion is where like Vince can flip on a switch. Sammy knows under Triple H, if I'm not in his mind already, it's gonna be hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sammy should be world champion for sure. I could just see him winning the Royal Rumble and getting Seth Rollins at WrestleMania next year, and then he wins the title. I truly think he wins. Sammy doesn't suck. I get people's opinions, but I'm telling you from the honest fact, Sami Zayn does not suck.
And bro, I watched TNA, and I'll be honest, before 2024, so it's fairly recent. I started watching TNA again because I stopped watching in 2016, 2017, around the time the Hardys left. TNA really went down the shitter, and not just once, not just twice, but a good handful of times. And now, to say that I'm not a fan of TNA today is a lie. TNA has created some of the best moments in wrestling, moments that we still talk about. And to pretend that never happened is bullshit. And so I will sit here and say I am a fan of TNA. Yes, TNA has gotten better in the last 2 years than what they have been in quite a few years. But wrestling fans, bro, are so fickle. I mean, if you look, right, this is why I do not care about online fans or their opinions. You got your online fans saying Goldberg and Jey Uso sucks, right? But then every fucking arena that those two are in, cheers after cheers after cheers, merchandise going up, the online fans do not matter. And
at times,
they do not matter.
At times. Brother, there's some fans online that are not like that. Let's just be honest. Don't put them all down now.
I have to put at least 90% of them down.
Yes, but there's some on there that are good.
Yeah, a rare 10%. And I will say there is that rare 10%. But like, for example, when you got most of the internet, Jey Uso sucks, Goldberg sucks, and then also in the crowd, yeah.
My God.
Come on.
You killed me.
Fickle.
Oh my God. You're fickle too sometimes, just saying.
I've never been fickle.
Okay, okay, okay.
Like
Let's
Joe, when you get
get
on Hank and Tank, just know I was already on the tank.
awful. Just like I said, I love your brother, but some of the people you like are just awful.
And please, no Sami Zayn being champion. It's like Jay White becoming AEW champion
He's good
nowadays.
too.
Okay, nowadays he sucks, but the Jay White that was in New Japan should have been the AEW champion. And keep it old school way. I'll book Sheamus to be a world champion. Well, absolutely.
I
Sheamus is
love
fucking
Sheamus.
awesome. And exactly. Exactly. That does not make you a loser. I mean, but shit, bro, I've got death threats online just because I thought Mercedes was a better wrestler than EOS guy.
Yeah, we know
And
fans.
so, I mean, bro, there are also fans that go to these wrestlers' homes and fucking stalk them in the airports. These fans aren't fans, bro. And I think we just lost Joseph. But what's crazy is we're coming up on an hour and we haven't even smoked yet. But I don't think we originally intended for an hour. But sometimes when you're having fun, it is what it is. That's the beauty in everything we do. There is no script. I do not have a piece of paper in front of me. And I think that's the beauty of what we do. That's the beauty of having fun with everything. I do not take online opinions into consideration. Um, I truly think that me and Joe, we're pretty good at, coming up to our own conclusions. Joe has loved TNA for years, even when it was still Impact.
Yeah,
I can honestly say, Joe, you are a real fan when it comes to TNA. I don't think you've, correct me if you think I'm wrong, but I don't think you've ever given up on TNA.
I have at times. I stopped watching for like 4 years, and then I started getting back in like 2022, and I've been
Okay.
watching since. It's had its moments. Like I said, there just this week we were saying it's the best show of the whole week.
Yeah.
So like it goes up and down, bro. Unfortunately, I love TNA and I've hated it. I've loved it. I've hated it. Just like WWE, just like AEW, they have their moments. Honestly,
And, oh, thank you for that, bro. And now I will say this, I do not like Mercedes as a person. All right. As a person, I genuinely do not care for her. Now, as a wrestler, bro, talented. All day, night. All like, bro, absolutely talented. And yeah, you're real. You guys are legit. Everyone else just acts how the internet wants them to act. And bro, and that's why, if you agree with what we're doing, if you agree with what we're saying, or if you don't, we've never came on here to try to make people happy. Like not that we don't want you guys to be happy, but like we've never came on kissing ass. I'm not going to tell you, oh yeah, WWE was great. I can't wait to watch again and again and again. And Friday Night SmackDown the last 6 months, just epic TV, bro.
that's
You
some other
can't
people.
miss. All right, we can't. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
That's awful. Those are fake
Um,
fans.
and like I said, bro, I'm just gonna aim this down a little bit. There's no piece of paper in front of me. I do not write shit down. I do not do scripts. Whatever you hear from me, this is both good and bad. It's just whatever spews out my mouth.
Yeah, it's whatever. Like we're real like that. We keep it real.
Like the whole soap and razor thing. He didn't even know I was gonna do it until I did it.
Yeah, he's a sick man. He's a sick man.
I'm a sick man for telling folks to wash their ass. I'm sorry. I'm
Uh,
sorry. That means when you were a boy, your mama was sick because she told you to wash your ass, boy.
she did.
And most wrestling fans are followers. No mind on their own, bro. And then you got the crazy fans, and it's the crazy fans that I think are on Twitter. It's the
Yeah.
crazy fans. Like you got some on Instagram. Like Joe, you notice.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say I think Twitter is probably the most toxic
Oh, I
of all
agree. I
the
won't
fan
go
groups.
on it. I won't go on it.
And I started watching TNA again in 2020, but before that, I stopped watching in 2019. And then I left the first time in 2016, right before Jeff and Matt left. I've been back on them for 5 years. Okay, so I watched TNA 2005, 2006, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right. Now, after 2011, all right. So during 2011, let me say this there. Uh, there was some good there were some good things like RVD was the world champion until Abyss took him out. And you still had Perk Angle delivering great Peak Angle delivering great matches. And Jeff was there and everything. It was a great time. But then Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff came in. A lot of the old guys got a lot of creative direction that they had no business getting, and it ruined the company. And
Yeah.
I can honestly say Jeff Hardy turning heel, being an emo with a cigarette in his mouth, I didn't care for that either. And then what made me stop watching in 2011 was Victory Road. Like, as a die-hard, lifelong Jeff Hardy fan, still to this day, that
That's
was that was sad.
I've never watched that.
You didn't watch it live back in the day?
Nope, never will.
Ah, I was watching live, and I can honestly say, Joe, I don't like. You can name me any match you want to name, even Jinder Mahal winning the title. I have never been so disappointed and so heartbroken watching a match in my life.
I don't want to watch it, honestly. It just, I already heard all about it.
And didn't see 2012 to 2016. I did not watch.
That was the
I had
aces
kind
and
of
eights.
I'd caught on to Broken Hardys when they were already popular. So they were already about to come back to WWE before I'd really started watching again. Then when they left, I had no reason to watch. So then from 2017 to when you made me start watching again in 2024, I did not watch.
You missed the aces and eights, which to me was one of the best storylines they had with the
No.
Dudley boys turning. Like they were the whole.
Oh, that was 2011, bro. Aces and Eights was around.
Well, it was 2012, really. It started in 2011, but 2012, 13 was with Mr. Anderson was a part of it, who also was one of my favorites in TNA. Anderson.
Anderson.
My
Bro,
assholes.
because I remember watching when one of the Dudleys
Hogan.
betrayed Jeff. I think it was Jeff that got betrayed in a
In the
cage.
steel cage, yes.
Yeah. I was watching that, bro. I remember that.
One of my favorite times, honestly. I love the Dudley Boys as the aces and eights. That whole group was great. They kind of ruined it, but it was still great.
Now, never cage match that I enjoyed at that time. I think it was Anderson and Angle.
Yes.
Yeah, because
2010,
Angle
I
misses
think.
the moonsault off the top.
I think it was 2010.
hmm
It was a
that was
great
another
match.
good one that I remember. So I mean, like, bro, TNA has had its moments, and that's why, like Devin said, I get pissed off when people say TNA sucks, TNA don't matter.
It does.
It does, and I think for a company that's been around since 2002, and they have never died. I mean, like, you can argue that they've died off, but they've never fully died.
Speaking of TNA, where's James Storm? I agree. James Storm and Bobby Roode, when they were together,
Beer Money
one of my
Incorporation, bro.
favorite teams, bro. I loved when they came out with I think it was Bobby that came down in a little. No, it was James Storm. He came down in a little beer truck, and he was
Yeah,
driving it.
and it would be James Storm saying his money bought my beer and I think it's my money buy his beer, something like that shit. But now I remember the night fucking Bobby Roode cracked a fucking beer bottle over James
Yes,
Storm's head and turned heel.
that was
And
holy
then
shit.
and then if it didn't piss me off enough, I remember when he cut his fucking hair and started wearing a suit.
I loved that Bobby though. That's the Bobby I watched at Destination X when he lost the world title to Austin Aries, who was so over. Austin Aries was beloved by fans.
You know, did you ever watch when Austin Aries pissed off the whole TNA crowd when he kind of fucked over John Morrison when he won the title?
Yeah, I seen that.
Like,
I
bro,
get I get it. But
I wasn't watching TNA on the weekly at that time, but I remember when that went viral, bro. The whole fucking internet was pissed off at Austin Aries.
I get it. I do, trust me, but he's still one of my favorites. and just seeing him win the world title in 2012, like I was there live, and that entire
Mhm.
building was going crazy. Like we loved Bobby Roode, but bro, Austin Aries in 2012 was a mega star.
Devin,
Like
I want you to know I was people. Where he said everyone wanted Bobby to win the title, but the minute he turned on James Storm, everyone was like, fuck Bobby Roode.
I love Bobby. I cheered that. I'm gonna be a mark. I don't
Well,
care. I
yeah,
cheered
bro,
that.
you're telling me you cheered when the cowboy got cracked over the head?
Yes, sir, man. Because that was the era of the jealous era. He used to call it. Bobby Roode as a heel was great.
Now,
The glorious Bobby is still better, but you know.
I wish I would have been watching NXT when Bobby was NXT champion.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm not trying to be that guy, but you missed a lot of great stuff from TNA, from NXT. I watched it all.
Well, bro, I don't like ever did the one match with Morrison. I cannot tell you anything about Austin Aries' time in TNA.
I'm telling you, him and AJ were the two most over indie guys I feel in that company. Like they had their star power. AJ was more because he was the John Cena, but still,
Well, then
Austin was
how come
close.
Austin Aries wasn't a star by the time he got to WWE?
That's what I don't understand. The crowd wanted him in 2017 when he took on Neville, and then they never did
Yep,
nothing with it. They
I
never
think.
did nothing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they had a match at 31 or 33. It was one of the two.
33, I think. Yeah, 33, and then he lost, and then he kept losing, and then nothing happened. And then he got released, and then he went back to winning titles. I don't get it. The dude's great.
Where's he at now?
I don't
Does
know.
he still wrestle?
I'm about to look that up because I am curious. Like he's got to be somewhere. The last time I seen him, he was holding like multiple titles.
And bro, so he is Mercedes Moné.
Yeah, Austin Aries 2012. Austin Aries is active in professional wrestling, including appearances from Major League Wrestling, which is the that's
MLW.
I know, but what's the
Like
guy from
oh, what's up?
TNA? He got fired. Scott Demore. That's who was running, I think, that promotion.
Oh shit, I did not know that. All I know is MJF used to wrestle there. Jacob Fatu used to wrestle there. So that's pretty cool. But bro, when was McIntyre? Because look, Devin just commented. When was McIntyre in TNA?
2017. That's when I was also watching a little bit. He was
No,
actually
the fuck he wasn't. Wasn't he in NXT?
no. Well, he came there in like no wait 2016. 2015 is when he was in TNA. He because 2017 he was already with
Yeah, I think he was the NXT champ, right?
no I don't even think he hold on he showed up at the hold on
Because no, he was already champion by the time Adam Cole showed up.
hold on. Okay, he did return in 2017.
Oh, Devin said it was 2014 to 2016.
Okay, so then he dipped out and then showed up in 2017 because I know he was the world champion and he literally showed up and then he won it and then he lost it to Andrade and then he went away and then he showed up on Raw with Ziggler.
Like, do you know I never seen Matt Hardy's TNA World Title reign?
You gotta see it, bro. I'm telling you, man, there are some crazy moments from
Um,
TNA.
I have never seen East. Actually, I
EC3.
lied. I've seen some of EC3's world title reign because that's where I first found out about Rockstar Spud.
Bobby Lashley has done the best work in TNA. He had all the titles, bro.
Bobby's a guy I know for a fact I never seen in TNA.
That's crazy, man.
Because I didn't know Bobby was still wrestling until he came back to WWE.
Drew Galloway versus Kurt Angle during Angle. I totally agree with you, Devin. I totally agree with you.
I did see the Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle match in 2016.
Yeah, that was good as well.
You know, and this is what makes me angry, I guess, about Kurt Angle's WWE retirement. Because he retired 2019, right? Yeah. I understand 3 years as a gap, but when you look at Cody Rhodes versus Kurt Angle, I believe it happened over in England. how the fuck do you have that banger of a match, but then you come to WWE and Kurt Angle looked like he could barely lace his boots?
Yeah, I really don't. I I still
Like
think, honestly, his TNA run is the best, in my honest opinion.
Cody Rhodes versus Moose, never saw it.
Damn, bro.
Like
I seen
I
the promo where Cody said, "You got his number," talking
I seen
Brandy.
that promo because it was on Instagram the other day.
Yeah. So Cody's a heel is kind of interesting. I do want to see it, but yeah,
Well,
Moose and Cody was good.
when I watched Cody as a heel, it was the Bullet Club versus the Bullet Club, and it was Kenny versus Cody. That
Yeah.
was a great feud, and that was literally right before AEW. Honestly, heel Cody Rhodes with the big long trench coats and him acting like a pimp with a cigar in his mouth. Oh, and I don't know if you ever seen Bernard the Business Bear, but
Yes.
I missed that Cody Rhodes.
Honestly, bro, I think Cody might be turning, and because think about it, he keeps getting interrupted. That's another thing that I've been noticing every
All right,
show.
question for you, because the Cody Rhodes heel that I have seen has was really good outside of WWE. He was pretty much telling people to fuck off. He had his hot wife, cigar, and everything in his hand. Do we
Yeah.
get that Cody Rhodes if he turns heel, or do you think it's going to be like a watered down Cody Rhodes?
I would do what you just said. I wouldn't do a watered down. I would do exactly what you said. Have his wife there and just be a cocky heel, just a cocky heel, saying I got a hot wife. Ha ha ha. I don't need you guys. But then he's such a good baby face. So it's like I don't know. I really don't. This
I
is
mean, here's John Cena proved it himself. Roman Reigns proved it himself. I got to be honest. The Superman gimmick is never gonna work, bro. And
forever at least.
and it's kind of the reason why Superman will never be one of my favorite superheroes is because it's the same thing with Captain America. Nobody wants that clean cut good guy that can never do wrong. I think when I look at myself, when I look at you, and I'm probably speaking for those watching us right now, there's a little bit of evil in you, there's a little bit of good in you. And I think to say that, you're happy all the time, 24/7, 365, John Cena, boo, doo, doo, doo,
No,
you know,
I'm
I
more
can't
a
do it.
Batman.
I see, and I like your Batmans, your Deadpools, those dark, maybe anti heroes.
I'm
Like,
MJF too.
well, MJF's just a straight up prick.
I admire him.
I can see why. But now, Joe, I can't believe it's been this long and we still haven't smoked. So,
Let's
without
do it
further ado,
because I got
without
3% on this iPad, so I gotta go.
I got like 10%, so I'm right there with you, my boy. And now, honestly, I was gonna hit a pin, smoke the bowl, take a dab, get a good session going. But because you're on a limited time frame, we're only gonna do the dab.
Yeah, I gotta do this as quickly as I can.
Well, Joe, I'll still make mine better. Eat.
I bet you will.
It's just what I do. He, him, that guy. And I think the only person the superhero gimmick worked for was John Cena. Just because, in my opinion, while his matches have gotten slowly better, his promos have stayed the same mostly. And, well, John Cena's promos have never been awful. John Cena can always spit on that microphone. 100%, bro. And but I think it's if you go back to 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, maybe all the way up to 2015, 2016, John Cena was hated because of how shoved down your throat he was. It's kind of like if you're a later fan, it's kind of like 2015 to 2019 Roman Reigns and
Don't
Joe
mention
goes
those
on.
times.
I love Big Dog Roman Reigns, but Joe hated Big Dog Roman Reigns.
We don't mention those times. Real wrestling fans. We despise those times. I'll never forget the Raw after Mania because I was there live.
Yeah, I know. And you started to fuck you Roman chants.
Then I got shut down by some fans. I was like, you know what? flicked them off, and I was like, "F you, Roman." They had kids, but I still said it. 17-year-old me didn't care.
And I would agree with you on that, Devin. I would. And that's where, even Joe, when John Cena first turned heel, he wanted something completely different, something we've never seen before out of John
Yeah.
Cena. But,
But I'm ready, good brother.
oh, yep, go ahead, buddy. But no, I was just going to say how you were upset because instead of getting a new John Cena, he was basically the same guy.
I'm still sad about it. I wanted some more, but I'll still accept what I got.
That's fair. I mean,
Never
if
thought I would.
anything, if the pipe bomb is the best thing we get out of this, that for that moment is fucking awesome.
I agree. But hopefully Raw's good tomorrow. The go-home show before Saturday night's main event. So I'm hoping that's actually a good show, but you never know.
That's it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Good night, everybody.